According to the latest statistics from the World Health Organization, WHO, in 2023, nearly one-third of people over 60 experience serious cardiovascular problems or blood sugar disorders. One common cause is often overlooked. It is the habit of consuming too many refined starches. This is especially true for white bread and other industrially processed wheat products. A large-scale study by Harvard Medical School in 2023 followed 93,000 older adults for 20 years. The results were striking. People who chose the right types of bread reduced their risk of heart disease and vascular complications by up to 43%. They lived, on average, 7.2 years longer compared to those who ate refined bread every day. Experts explain that after the age of 60, the body changes significantly. Digestive enzymes decrease by up to 40%. This makes it harder to process fast-digesting starches. It often causes bloating and indigestion. Blood sugar is harder to control. Spikes after meals increase the risk of type 2 diabetes. Metabolism slows down. Excess sugar turns into belly fat. This raises chronic inflammation and puts more strain on the heart and blood vessels. This is why choosing the right type of bread each day is more important than ever. In this video, I will help you. Understand how different types of bread affect your body. Learn about 4 kinds of bread that protect your heart, brain, and joints. Avoid 4 harmful types of bread often found in daily meals. Use bread safely and effectively, in a way that suits people over 60. Before we go further, I would like to hear your story. Where are you watching this video from? How old are you? And which type of bread do you usually choose for breakfast? Please share a few lines below. I always take the time to read and reply. Your experience can help many other people. If you find this video useful for your health after 60, remember to like and subscribe. This way, you will not miss any important information about nutrition and healthy living for yourself and your loved ones. Now, let us begin. We will look at the 4 types of bread you should avoid after the age of 60. 1. White refined bread. White bread is the type of bread most of us have eaten since childhood. It is soft. It is white, easy to eat, and inexpensive. It is available in almost every supermarket or quick breakfast. Few people notice that the production process removes almost all the nutritious parts of the wheat grain. A natural wheat grain has 3 main parts. The bran layer is rich in fiber and B vitamins. The germ contains many minerals and healthy fats. The starchy endosperm is mostly fast-digesting carbohydrates. To make white bread, manufacturers remove the bran and the germ. They keep only the starchy core. The flour is bleached. Sometimes synthetic vitamins are added to replace the lost nutrients. The final product is almost entirely fast carbohydrates. It is low in fiber and natural vitamins. It causes blood sugar to rise quickly after a meal. How it harms the body after the age of 60. After the age of 60, your body becomes more sensitive to sugar and fast-digesting starches. This happens because digestive enzymes decrease. Starch is harder to break down. Blood sugar rises faster. The body responds to insulin more slowly. Sugar stays in the blood longer. Energy metabolism slows down. You may feel tired and sluggish after eating white bread. 1 slice of white bread can make your blood sugar rise sharply. It can then drop quickly within 1 to 2 hours. This repeated rise and fall can make you feel hungry again soon, crave sweets or more starchy foods, eat more calories in a day. This leads to weight gain, especially belly fat, which is directly linked to heart disease and stroke. A large study published in Diabetes Care in 2022 followed 4,500 people over 60 for 5 years. It showed that the group eating white bread every day had a 46% higher risk of type 2 diabetes compared to those eating whole grain bread. They also had a 33% higher risk of memory decline compared to those who limited refined starch. Experts explain this effect. White bread raises blood sugar and insulin levels. This damages small blood vessels in the brain, and over time, it affects memory and concentration. A lack of natural B vitamins and fiber from bran means the brain does not get enough nutrients to keep cognitive function strong. Another study from Harvard School of Public Health in 2021 reported similar results. People who consumed large amounts of refined starches, such as white bread, had a 28% higher risk of cardiovascular disease. This was compared to people who ate whole grain or sprouted grain bread. Consequences of frequent white bread consumption. If you keep eating white bread every day, you may face several health problems. Increased belly fat. Excess sugar from refined starch is stored as fat, especially visceral fat around the abdomen. This is a major risk factor for heart disease, stroke, and metabolic syndrome after the age of 60. Blood sugar fluctuations. White bread makes your blood sugar rise quickly and fall sharply. This leaves you feeling tired, dizzy, or irritable after meals. Over time, your pancreas is forced to work harder to release insulin. Type 2 diabetes risk. Repeated exposure to high sugar levels weakens the body's response to insulin, leading to diabetes and dangerous blood vessel complications. Memory decline and dementia risk. High blood sugar damages the small blood vessels that supply the brain. Over time, this reduces memory and focus, increasing the risk of Alzheimer's disease and other dementias. Cardiovascular damage and high blood pressure. Regular intake of refined starch raises triglycerides and bad cholesterol. This causes artery hardening, high blood pressure, and a greater risk of heart attacks. Fatty liver. Excess sugar and fat from refined starch put stress on the liver, leading to fat buildup, a common but silent problem in people over 60. Increased chronic inflammation. Sugar and refined starch trigger low-level inflammation in the body. This affects the joints, causes pain, and weakens the immune system over time. Constipation and digestive issues. White bread has almost no fiber. This slows bowel movements and causes long-term constipation and bloating. Advice for safer use and healthier alternatives. If you enjoy the soft texture of white bread, you do not need to cut it out completely. But you should reduce how often you eat it, and you should combine it more wisely. Limit it to 1 or 2 slices per week. Do not eat it every day. Eat it with foods rich in protein and fiber. For example, boiled eggs, tuna, or green vegetables. These help slow down sugar absorption. Do not eat it on an empty stomach. Have it after a main meal or with healthy fats like butter or nuts. This helps prevent sudden blood sugar spikes. Choose better alternatives. O 100% whole grain bread. O sprouted grains. O whole grain sourdough bread. These options are richer in fiber. They also provide more vitamins and minerals. Who should avoid white bread completely? People diagnosed with diabetes or prediabetes. People with high blood fat levels, high blood pressure, or heart disease. People who often have memory problems. People receiving treatment for cognitive decline. For these groups, cutting out white bread is important. Replacing it with whole grain bread is a small step, but it brings big, long-term health benefits. 2. Sweet bread and pastry. Soft sweet bread, cinnamon rolls, cream-topped cakes, or buttery croissants are common choices for breakfast or dessert. They are easy to buy. They are convenient to eat. They give instant pleasure. However, for people over 60, This group of foods can be harmful if eaten regularly. The main ingredients are refined wheat flour. It is mostly fast-digesting starch, lacking fiber and natural vitamins. Refined sugar. It makes the bread very sweet. It gives quick energy but puts pressure on the pancreas. Industrial fats, such as shortening or hydrogenated oils. They make the bread soft and last longer. They contain harmful trans fats that cause chronic inflammation. When combined, these ingredients form a bomb of sugar and unhealthy fat. They harm health over time. The body after 60 cannot handle sugar and fat as efficiently as before. How sweet bread and pastry harm the body. After the age of 60, your ability to process sugar and fat decreases significantly. Refined sugar raises blood sugar quickly. The pancreas must release large amounts of insulin to bring it down. Over time, the body responds poorly to insulin. This leads to type 2 diabetes. Industrial fats cause chronic inflammation in blood vessel walls. This raises the risk of atherosclerosis and artery blockages. White starch digests quickly. It lacks fiber and does not keep you full for long. You may eat too much and store more belly fat. These baked goods also often contain additives, artificial flavors, and colorings. These substances can upset digestion. They increase inflammatory reactions in older adults. A review published in The Lancet in 2023 found people over 60 who ate sweet bread or pastry 4 or more times a week had a 44% higher risk of metabolic syndrome than those who ate less. Metabolic syndrome is a combination of high blood pressure, high blood sugar, abnormal blood fats, and excess belly fat. These all increase the risk of heart disease and stroke. Other research has shown Harvard T.H. Chan School of Public Health in 2022 reported that trans fats from industrial bakery products raised the risk of heart disease by 34% and dementia by 20% in people over 60. The American Journal of Clinical Nutrition in 2021 found that eating many processed sweet foods was linked to a 23% higher rate of depression in older adults. Sugar and bad fats increase inflammation in the brain. They disrupt nerve signaling. Health consequences of eating sweet bread and pastry. Regularly eating sweet bakery products every day, especially packaged ones high in sugar and industrial fat, can lead to fast weight gain and belly fat buildup. Excess sugar and starch are stored as fat, especially visceral fat. This is a major risk factor for heart disease and stroke. Higher risk of type 2 diabetes. Blood sugar spikes often, forcing the pancreas to work hard. This weakens long-term sugar control. Chronic inflammation throughout the body. Industrial fats and sugar trigger silent inflammation. This causes joint pain, swelling, and blood vessel damage over time. Negative effects on mood and brain health. Too much refined sugar lowers dopamine sensitivity. It leads to fatigue, depression, and anxiety. Research also links sweet bread consumption to a higher risk of Alzheimer's disease. Faster skin aging. High blood sugar reacts with protein, forming advanced glycation end products, ages. These damage collagen and elastin. Skin sags and wrinkles appear earlier. Fatty liver disease. Excess sugar and refined starch turn into fat stored in the liver. This causes non-alcoholic fatty liver, common after 60. Higher bad cholesterol, LDL. Trans fats raise LDL and lower good cholesterol, HDL. Arteries stiffen. Blood pressure increases. Safe use and healthier alternatives. You do not need to cut out sweet bread completely. You should limit it as much as possible, especially industrial products high in sugar and unhealthy fats. Limit intake to 1 to 2 times per week. Avoid packaged sweet bread every morning. Prefer homemade versions. Use wholemeal flour. Add natural sweetness from ripe bananas, mashed apples, or small amounts of honey to reduce blood sugar impact. Eat with foods rich in protein or healthy fats, such as Greek yogurt or walnuts. This slows sugar absorption. Read product labels. Avoid products with hydrogenated oil, shortening, or long, unclear ingredient lists. Who should avoid sweetbread and pastry? People with diabetes or prediabetes. People with heart disease, high blood pressure, or high blood fat levels. People with depression, sleep problems, or memory decline. Sugar and bad fats make these conditions worse. Sweet bread and pastry may taste pleasant, but they carry sweet but dangerous risks, especially for people over 60. Eating them often not only causes weight gain and diabetes, it also harms the heart, brain, mood, and speeds up aging. Reducing or replacing them with healthier options is a simple and effective way to protect your health. It helps you keep stable energy, a clear mind, and a healthy body for the long term. 3. Potato bread, industrial. Potato bread has a soft texture and a pleasant flavor. Many people believe it is healthier because it contains potato, a natural food. In reality, most potato bread sold on the market is not made from fresh whole potatoes. It usually contains refined white wheat flour. This is similar to regular white bread, lacking bran and germ, potato in powdered or starch form. This is added for a softer texture and better color. Sugar and industrial oils. These give a mild sweetness and a longer shelf life. When you eat it, your body takes in a large amount of fast-digesting starch with almost no fiber. This makes blood sugar rise quickly after a meal. It then drops again within 1 to 2 hours. You feel hungry soon after and crave sweets or more starch. This leads to eating more calories during the day. How potato bread harms people over 60. After 60, the body handles fast-digesting starch less effectively than in younger years. Digestive enzymes decrease. Starch is absorbed quickly, but not processed well. This causes blood sugar spikes above safe levels. Insulin sensitivity drops. Cells respond less to insulin. Blood sugar stays high for longer and damages blood vessels. Blood pressure and heart rate fluctuate. Sugar and refined starch cause energy swings that affect the heart. Compared to whole grain bread, industrial potato bread has a much higher glycemic index. Eating it often makes the pancreas work too hard. This causes fatigue and raises the risk of type 2 diabetes. A study published in the Journal of Geriatric Cardiology in 2021 followed 3,200 people over 60 for 5 years. It found that eating industrial potato bread 3 or more times a week increased the risk of insulin resistance by 37%. This is a major factor leading to type 2 diabetes. Frequent consumers gained 28% more belly fat compared to those who ate it rarely. Researchers explained that industrial potato bread usually contains refined starch and added sugar. This makes blood sugar rise faster than fresh potatoes or whole grain bread. It lacks fiber and protein. Sugar is absorbed too quickly, forcing the pancreas to release insulin constantly. Over time, this reduces insulin sensitivity. The American Heart Association, 2020, also warned about foods rich in fast-digesting starch, such as industrial potato bread. They are linked to higher risks of high blood pressure and heart disease in older adults. Consequences of frequent potato bread consumption. Eating this type of bread daily, especially with little vegetable intake and little physical activity, can cause weight gain and belly fat. Blood sugar rises and drops fast. You feel hungry early and eat more than you need. Belly fat raises the risk of heart disease and stroke. Unstable blood sugar. The body experiences sudden spikes and drops. You may feel tired, shaky, or dizzy after meals. Insulin resistance and type 2 diabetes. Constantly high insulin demand weakens the body's response. This leads to diabetes and serious blood vessel damage. high blood pressure, and heart disease. Sugar and refined starch raise triglycerides. This causes artery hardening and unstable blood pressure. Fatty liver. Extra sugar and starch are stored as fat in the liver. This leads to non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, common in people over 60. Chronic inflammation. Refined starch and sugar trigger low-level inflammation. This causes joint pain, muscle weakness, and weaker immunity. Safer advice and healthier alternatives. Limit consumption. Do not eat industrial potato bread daily. Make it at home. Use fresh mashed potatoes mixed with wholemeal flour. This keeps fiber and natural minerals. Eat it with protein-rich foods such as chicken, salmon, or eggs, and healthy fats like butter or olive oil. This slows sugar absorption. Read product labels carefully. Avoid those with added sugar, corn syrup, hydrogenated oils, or long lists of additives. Eat more vegetables. If you have eaten this bread, add greens and fiber to help control blood sugar and support digestion. Who should avoid it completely? People diagnosed with diabetes or prediabetes. People with high blood fats, high blood pressure, or heart disease. People with fatty liver disease or metabolic syndrome. For these groups, frequent consumption of industrial potato bread can make health conditions progress faster and harder to control. Industrial potato bread is not as healthy as many believe. Most products on the market are high in fast-digesting starch and low in fiber and minerals. They cause blood sugar spikes and drops. They increase hunger, weight gain, and diabetes risk. For people over 60, it is safer to limit intake or replace it with whole grain bread, sprouted grains, or homemade potato bread made with fresh ingredients. These choices help protect heart health, maintain stable blood sugar, and support long-term well-being. 4. Gluten-free white bread. In recent years, gluten-free bread has become very popular. Many people believe it is good for digestion. They think it helps with weight loss or prevents gluten-related problems. This is true only for people with celiac disease or diagnosed gluten sensitivity. For most healthy people, especially those over 60, gluten-free bread made from white starch is not beneficial. It can even pose health risks. Most gluten-free bread on the market is made from refined white rice flour, potato flour or potato starch, tapioca or white corn starch. These starches are finely milled. They have almost no fiber, vitamins, or minerals. The result is bread with a very high glycemic index. Blood sugar rises sharply within a short time after eating. How this bread harms people over 60. After 60, the body reacts poorly to fast-digesting starch. Insulin sensitivity decreases. Blood sugar stays high for longer, stressing the pancreas and blood vessels. Digestion becomes weaker. Gluten-free white bread has almost no fiber. Bowel movements slow down, causing constipation. There is a lack of nutrients. Natural B vitamins, magnesium, selenium, and antioxidants found in whole grains are missing. Eating this bread every day gives empty calories. It provides energy, but little nutrition. This increases the risk of weight gain, blood sugar problems, and heart disease. A study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition in 2022 followed people over 60 who ate gluten-free white starch bread daily for 6 months. Results showed post-meal blood sugar rose 54% higher compared to those eating whole grain bread. LDL cholesterol increased by 21%, raising the risk of atherosclerosis and heart disease. Participants reported fatigue, faster hunger, and frequent constipation due to low fiber. Another study from Harvard T.H. Chan School of Public Health in 2021 found similar results. Gluten-free diets that replaced gluten with refined starch did not lower the risk of heart disease. They increased the risk of type 2 diabetes due to stronger blood sugar spikes. Consequences of frequent gluten-free white bread consumption. Eating this bread daily Believing it to be a healthier version can lead to high blood sugar and diabetes complications, belly fat and weight gain, higher LDL cholesterol, fatigue and fast hunger, constipation and digestive discomfort, vitamin and mineral deficiency, higher heart disease risk. Safer advice and healthier alternatives. Choose gluten-free bread only when medically necessary. If you have celiac disease or are advised by a doctor, select replacements wisely. Otherwise, whole grain bread is safer and more nutritious. Prefer gluten-free bread made from whole grains. Choose brown rice, buckwheat, quinoa, or whole oats. These are richer in fiber and nutrients than white starch. Read product labels carefully. Avoid products where white rice flour, potato starch, or tapioca are listed first. Avoid long lists of additives and texture enhancers. Limit intake. Even whole grain gluten-free bread should be no more than 1 or 2 slices per day. Eat it with protein, healthy fats, and vegetables to keep blood sugar stable. Diversify your starch sources. Add sweet potatoes, oats, brown rice, and beans for more natural fiber, vitamins, and minerals. Who should avoid this bread completely? People without gluten problems who eat gluten-free products only because of diet trends. People with diabetes or prediabetes. The very high glycemic index is harmful. People with heart disease or high cholesterol, LDL and artery hardening risks are higher. People prone to constipation or with low fiber intake. 4 types of bread to eat after the age of 60. 1. Whole grain seeded bread. From the age of 60, the body goes through many natural changes. Metabolism slows down. Muscles and bones weaken. The immune system is no longer as strong as before. At this stage, a diet rich in nutrients and fiber is very important for protecting health. Among different types of bread, whole grain seeded bread is considered worth every slice. Nutrition experts recommend it because it provides essential nutrients that many older adults often lack. Unlike white bread or bread made from refined flour, this bread is made from whole grains. It keeps the bran, the germ, and the starchy core. It preserves fiber, B vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants. Various nutritious seeds, such as pumpkin seeds, sunflower seeds, chia, sesame, and sometimes flax seeds. These are rich in omega-3, selenium, magnesium, and zinc. They are vital for heart, brain, and joint health. 1 slice of whole grain seeded bread can offer similar nutrients to a small serving of whole grains plus a spoonful of seeds. This is something many people do not eat enough of each day. How it protects the body after 60. This bread gives several health benefits thanks to its mix of soluble fiber, healthy fats, and micronutrients. It helps control blood sugar. Soluble fiber forms a gel in the gut. It slows sugar absorption and reduces pressure on the pancreas. This prevents blood sugar spikes after meals. It lowers blood fat. Plant-based omega-3 reduces triglycerides and helps prevent blood clots from forming. This protects blood vessels. It supports nerve function. B vitamins, especially B6 and B9, help make red blood cells and support nerve signaling. The brain receives enough oxygen and energy. It reduces inflammation. Selenium and magnesium act as antioxidants. They protect cells and ease inflammation in muscles and joints. It strengthens immunity. Zinc and selenium support the body in fighting infections and recovering faster after illness. A large study from the Copenhagen Heart Research Center in 2024 followed 18,000 people over 60 for 15 years. The results were remarkable. People who ate whole grain seeded bread daily had a 47% lower risk of early death compared to those who ate white bread. Their average lifespan increased by 4.7 years. They also had better quality of life scores, including mobility, memory, and heart health. This bread contains more than 37 bioactive compounds, including lignans, strong antioxidants that protect cells from damage. Ferulic acid helps reduce chronic inflammation in blood vessels and joints. Plant-based omega-3 protects the nervous system and the heart, easing joint pain. According to Harvard School of Public Health in 2022, having 30 to 40 grams of whole grains at breakfast can reduce heart disease risk by 21% and stroke risk by 14% in older adults. Specific benefits for people over 60. A healthier heart, bad cholesterol drops, blood vessels stay clear, blood pressure stabilizes, the risk of heart attack and stroke is reduced. A sharper brain, steady energy and nutrients for nerve function help reduce forgetfulness, poor focus, and dementia risk. Stronger joints and muscles, less joint pain and stiffness, fewer night cramps, better muscle strength, fewer minor illnesses, stronger immunity, fewer colds, faster recovery after sickness, better digestion, less bloating, reduced constipation, more regular bowel movements, a lighter, more comfortable feeling after meals. How to use it properly to get the most benefit from whole grain seeded bread. Portion size: eat 1 to 2 slices, around 35 to 40 grams per day, depending on energy needs and health condition. Timing: have it at breakfast or as an afternoon snack for steady energy. Avoid eating it right before bed. Pairing: eat it with boiled eggs, salmon, avocado, or green vegetables for extra protein and healthy fats. Avoid sugary jam or margarine, which increase sugar and bad fats. Choosing products. Check the packaging. The first ingredient should be 100% whole grain or whole wheat flour. Choose bread with visible whole seeds and no corn syrup. Added sugar should be under 2 grams per slice. Keep it in the fridge or freezer to prevent mold. Take out slices only when needed. Important notes: people with weak digestion should start with a small amount, half a slice per day. This allows the body to adapt to the high fiber content and avoids bloating or discomfort. People with gut conditions should consult a doctor before eating high-fiber bread. Do not overeat. Even healthy bread can cause weight gain if eaten in excess, over 4 slices a day. Do not replace whole meals with bread. Combine it with vegetables, protein, and fresh fruit for balanced nutrition. 2. Whole grain rye bread. Among whole grain bread options, rye bread is well known in Northern Europe. Many nutrition experts call it a good friend for the heart and blood sugar. Compared to bread made from regular wheat, rye contains 2 to 3 times more soluble fiber, more minerals such as magnesium, zinc, selenium, and B vitamins, a lower glycemic index, allowing sugar to enter the blood more slowly and steadily. For people over 60, when digestion slows and the risk of heart disease, diabetes, and constipation increases, whole grain rye bread is a safe and nourishing choice. Rye bread provides benefits because of its unique components. It is rich in soluble fiber called arabinoxylan and powerful antioxidants. It reduces cholesterol absorption. Fiber forms a gel in the gut, trapping some cholesterol from food and removing it from the body. It slows starch digestion. Sugar enters the blood more gradually, avoiding sharp spikes after meals. It keeps you feeling full for longer. Rye grains swell in the stomach, reducing hunger and extra snacking. It feeds good gut bacteria. This improves digestion and gut health. It provides lignans. These are strong antioxidants that protect cells from free radical damage and reduce inflammation. Lignans may also lower the risk of certain cancers. A Finnish study published in the Journal of Nutrition in 2020 followed people over 65 who ate 2 slices of whole-grain rye bread, around 40 to 50 grams, every day for 3 months. The results showed LDL cholesterol dropped by 16%, insulin sensitivity improved by 12%, feelings of fullness increased, and snacking dropped by 22% compared to those who ate white bread. Other studies support these findings. The European Journal of Clinical Nutrition in 2021 reported that eating at least 3 servings of rye per week reduced heart disease risk by 20% and stroke risk by 15%. The American Diabetes Association in 2022 confirmed that rye foods help control blood sugar better than refined wheat, thanks to a slower release of glucose. Specific benefits for people over 60. Lower heart disease risk. Bad cholesterol decreases, blood vessels stay healthy, and the heart works better. Better blood sugar control. Helps prevent and manage type 2 diabetes and avoids dizziness or tiredness after meals. Less constipation and indigestion. The digestive system works more regularly, lowering the risk of hemorrhoids and bloating. More stable weight. Feeling full for longer reduces snacking and belly fat. Stronger immunity and slower aging. Antioxidants and minerals keep cells healthy and reduce chronic inflammation as you age. How to use it properly to get the most benefits from whole-grain rye bread. Eat 2 slices, around 40 to 50 grams per day, at breakfast or as a snack. Pair it with smoked salmon, turkey breast, low-fat cheese, or green vegetables to add quality protein and balance nutrition. Choose products labeled 100% whole grain rye or whole rye flour. Avoid bread mixed with white wheat flour or darkened with caramel coloring. True rye bread feels denser, heavier, and tastes richer than white bread. Store in a cool, dry place or in the fridge. Slice and freeze it for later use. Important notes. People with irritable bowel syndrome or frequent bloating should start with half a slice and increase gradually to adjust to high fiber. People needing a low-fiber diet, for example after stomach ulcers or digestive surgery, should consult a doctor first. Do not overeat. More than 4 slices per day may cause discomfort, bloating, or excess calorie intake. Whole grain rye bread is one of the safest and most beneficial choices for people over 60. Its rich fiber, minerals, and antioxidants help protect the heart, stabilize blood sugar, support digestion, and maintain a healthy weight. Eating 1 or 2 slices daily, combined with lean protein and vegetables, is a simple but powerful way to support long-term health and lower chronic disease risks in later life. 3. Sourdough bread, natural fermentation. Sourdough bread has a history of thousands of years. It existed long before industrial yeast was widely used. It is made from flour, water, and a natural starter. This starter is a mix of beneficial bacteria and wild yeast. It ferments for many hours, sometimes even days. This slow process gives sourdough its slightly tangy flavor. It also makes the bread easier to digest. It supports gut health, especially in people over 60. Unlike white bread, which is made quickly in just a few hours, sourdough goes through slow fermentation. This process reduces gluten. Some gluten proteins are broken down, making digestion easier. Increases probiotics and prebiotics. These balance gut bacteria and support digestion and immunity. Lowers the glycemic index. The starch structure changes, and glucose is released more slowly than in regular bread. Sourdough bread ferments naturally for much longer than industrial bread. During this process, gluten is reduced. Lactic acid bacteria break down part of the gluten, making it easier for the stomach and intestines to handle. Resistant starch is formed. Sugar absorption slows down, avoiding sharp spikes in blood sugar after meals. Lactic acid and digestive enzymes are produced. These break down phytic acid, which normally blocks mineral absorption. The body uses iron, magnesium, and zinc more effectively. Prebiotics are created. These feed beneficial gut bacteria and help maintain a healthy microbiome. A study published in Food Microbiology in 2022 followed older adults who ate sourdough bread every day for 6 weeks. Results showed a 26% reduction in bloating and abdominal discomfort. Post-meal blood sugar was 18% more stable compared to eating industrial yeast bread. Participants reported easier digestion, less burping, and less stomach discomfort. Other studies support these benefits. The European Journal of Nutrition in 2021 found sourdough increased absorption of iron and zinc by 20 to 25%. This reduced the risk of anemia in older adults. The American Diabetes Association in 2020 reported that sourdough caused lower blood sugar and insulin spikes compared to white bread or standard whole wheat bread. It helped people with prediabetes. Specific benefits for people over 60. Easier digestion. Less bloating and burping after meals. More stable blood sugar. Avoids dizziness, shaky hands, or sleepiness after eating too many starches. Lower risk of diabetes complications. Stable blood sugar protects blood vessels, nerves, and eyes. Fewer cramps and muscle pain. Better magnesium absorption supports muscles and improves sleep quality. Stronger immunity and gut health. A balanced microbiome reduces constipation, improves digestion, and helps the body fight infections. How to use it properly to gain the most benefit from sourdough bread. Eat 1 to 2 slices, around 40 grams per day. Have it at breakfast or lunch. Avoid eating it close to bedtime to help digestion. Pair it with boiled eggs, avocado, salmon, or low-fat cheese to add protein and healthy fats. This keeps you full longer. Eat it with green vegetables or salad to boost fiber and vitamins. Choose whole grain sourdough. Look for a darker crust, airy texture inside, and a light tangy flavor. Avoid breads labeled sourdough that are made quickly with industrial yeast and flavoring instead of long fermentation. Store it in a paper bag at room temperature for 1 to 2 days. Slice and freeze for later use. Important notes. People with sensitive stomachs should start with a small amount, half a slice, to test tolerance. The acidity may cause discomfort for some. People not used to fiber should start with small amounts when switching from white bread to whole grain sourdough. This helps avoid bloating. Do not overeat. Even healthy bread adds calories and can raise blood sugar if eaten in large amounts. Sourdough bread is not just tasty. It is a digestive-friendly food that stabilizes blood sugar. It provides minerals in an easy-to-absorb form. It is particularly valuable for people over 60. 1 to 2 slices a day, made from whole grain and combined with protein and healthy fats, can make a real difference. You may feel less bloated, have steadier blood sugar, and enjoy a lighter, healthier body every day. Fourth, sprouted grain bread. For centuries, before industrial food processing, people soaked grains in water until they began to sprout. Only then were the grains ground or cooked. This process softened the grains, making them easier to digest, released nutrients that were locked inside, increased nutritional value naturally without chemical additives. Sprouted grain bread is made from grains that have been soaked and sprouted before milling. It is not just a source of starch for energy. It is a complete nutrient source. This makes it especially suitable for people over 60, when digestion and nutrient absorption slow down. Sprouting triggers beneficial changes inside the grain. Starch and protein are broken down. Natural enzymes turn them into simpler forms, making digestion easier and reducing bloating. Phytic acid is reduced. This compound blocks calcium, iron, and zinc absorption. Sprouting can cut it by up to 81%, allowing better mineral use. Vitamin levels rise. B vitamins, especially B6 and B9, and vitamin C increase, supporting blood production, nerve health, and antioxidant defense. The glycemic index drops. The starch structure changes, and glucose is released more slowly, keeping blood sugar stable. Anti-inflammatory compounds appear. These plant nutrients protect cells and reduce chronic inflammation. A study by UCLA Center for Human Nutrition in 2023 followed 500 people over 65 for 8 weeks. 73% reported less bloating and indigestion. Phytic acid levels fell by an average of 81%, improving calcium and iron absorption. Blood sugar after meals dropped by 22% compared to those eating regular whole-grain bread. Other findings: the Journal of Agricultural and Food Chemistry in 2022 reported vitamin B9 tripled in wheat after sprouting, helping red blood cell production and brain function. A review in Nutrition Reviews in 2021 concluded sprouted grains improved iron and zinc absorption by up to 30% compared to non-sprouted grains. Specific benefits for people over 60: stronger bones and joints. Better absorption of calcium and magnesium maintains bone density and lowers fracture risk. Less fatigue and memory loss. B vitamins improve red blood cell production and nourish nerves, reducing dizziness and forgetfulness. Stable blood sugar. A low glycemic index of around 36 supports diabetes prevention and reduces sudden hunger pangs. Easier digestion. Less bloating and constipation thanks to natural fiber and support for good gut bacteria. Reduced inflammation and better immunity. Antioxidant compounds protect cells, slow aging, and ease chronic pain. How to use it properly. Eat 1 to 2 slices, around 30 to 40 grams, in the morning, based on your energy needs. Pair it with almond butter, peanut butter, boiled eggs, or fresh fruit to add protein, healthy fats, and vitamins. Have it at breakfast or as an afternoon snack for steady energy. Avoid eating it close to bedtime. Store it in the freezer. Sprouted bread spoils easily without preservatives. Take slices out as needed. Choose bread labeled 100% sprouted grains. Avoid those mixed with refined white flour, sugar, or corn syrup. Important notes: people with kidney disease or high potassium levels should ask a doctor before eating it, as sprouted grains are high in potassium. People with sensitive digestion should start with half a slice to let the body adjust to high fiber. Do not overeat. Even healthy bread can add extra calories and cause weight gain if eaten in excess. Sprouted grain bread is highly nutritious and easy to digest. It improves mineral absorption, supports blood sugar control, strengthens bones, and reduces inflammation. 1 to 2 slices a day, combined with protein, healthy fats, and vegetables, can support long-term health, better energy, and comfortable digestion. Just one small habit, like choosing the right type of bread each morning, can make a big difference to your health after the age of 60. As the body slows down, blood sugar control becomes weaker. The heart also becomes more vulnerable. Eating refined breads, high in sugar or fast-digesting starch, can silently increase the risk of heart disease, diabetes, and memory decline. Safe choices backed by research include whole grain seeded bread, protects the heart and brain, reduces joint inflammation, boosts immunity. Whole grain rye bread helps lower cholesterol, stabilizes blood sugar, reduces constipation. Sourdough bread supports digestion, improves mineral absorption, helps people with prediabetes. Sprouted grain bread enhances absorption of calcium, iron, and B vitamins, supports stronger bones and better memory. On the other hand, you should limit refined white bread, sweet bread, and industrial pastries. Potato bread, high in fast starch. Gluten-free bread made from white starch. Alongside choosing the right bread, keep your diet rich in vegetables, lean protein, and healthy fats. Drink enough water every day. Maintain light daily exercise to keep your body flexible and full of energy. If you find this information helpful, please share this video with your family and friends, especially those over 60. It can help them protect their heart, memory, and digestion. It is a simple way to support longer life and better quality of living each day. Thank you for watching. See you again soon.